I've got 8 rounds left, a cracked scope, and 3 dozen alien mercs combing the streets below, thinking they've got me boxed in. They don't. Concrete crumbles under my boots as I shift my weight, slow, silent, measured. This rooftop's been my throne for 71 hours and change. Their drones buzz overhead, dumb machines trying to sniff me out like I haven't already fried their signal relays and jammed their sensors with a rigged microwave oven and some scrap metal. They're shouting again. Guttural alien dialect. Half taunt, half panic. I don't speak their language, but I know mockery when I hear it. They're shining lasers at the building, sweeping windows like kids playing war. One of them yells something that makes the others laugh. Let 'em laugh. I roll my shoulder and glance down at the dirty, beat-to-hell wrist display on my arm. A single LED flickers to life. Green, blinking. Once. That's the signal. Evacuation's complete. I bought them the time. Earth Command's done playing defense. I thumb the bolt on my rifle, feeling every groove, every notch in the worn metal like an old friend. The barrel's still warm from the last 3 shots. All headshots. Always are. Below, the mercs are. Still laughing, I adjust my sights and whisper into the quiet, just loud enough for the wind to carry it nowhere. Showtime. A rooftop, a rifle, and a dead man's countdown. They've got spotlights sweeping the rooftops now. Amateur hour, too broad, too slow. I've already shifted position twice, and they're still targeting my last known roost like it's going to yell back, alien mercs. Slab-faced, armor-plated, overconfident sons of bitches, yelling up at me in a dozen dialects. Some have translators. Others don't bother. I can't tell if they're insulting me or each other. Doesn't matter, the tone's always the same. Mocking laser dots dance across the upper walls, flickering in and out of view. One merc even does a little jig with his rifle raised, taunting me to take the shot. I don't. He's not worth it yet. I've got 8 rounds left. 1 for every name carved into the underside of my stock. Down the block, a pair of them drag something that used to be a rooftop vent, trying to use it as cover. Smart. Too late. My comms flicker to life. No audio, just a single blink. Green. Once. That's it. The evac is complete. Civilians underground. Safe. I bought them 72 hours. Command said if the light came on, that meant I'd done my job. Now I get to enjoy the perks. I chamber a round, ease the bolt forward, and settle into the eye. Scope. Target-rich environment, high ground, good wind. My breathing slows. They still think I'm boxed in up here. Think this is my tomb? Idiots. I grin behind the mask and whisper, showtime. The story jumps back in time. Earth is a cratered ruin, cities pockmarked by orbital strikes and war. A coalition of alien mercenaries under a galactic warlord has been hired to crush human resistance. Their propaganda paints humans as feral mammals, clinging to rocks with outdated tech. To subterranean war room, Earth Command receives grim intel. Alien reinforcements will arrive in 72 hours. If they're not delayed, the last major underground civilian evac route will be compromised. Their only asset near the target zone? A presumed dead sniper. Vandal, call sign Ghost 7, former Ghost Division. We meet Vandal, rugged, detached, methodical. Carries a beat-up 50 cal rifle he calls Elvira. Not flashy, effective. He's quiet, sharp-eyed, and prefers being alone. He accepts the mission with no hesitation, no backup, no guarantee. All he needs, 1 crate of ammo, 4 days of rations, and a rooftop with line of sight. Vandal. Hauls gear up to a half-demolished office building. Reinforces the stairwell entrance with makeshift traps. Lays out ammo, patches into comms frequencies. Observes the alien patrols. Big, brutish mercs with tech-enhanced gear. They're cocky, scattered, undisciplined, easy pickings. Vandal's inner monologue reveals he's not just surviving. He's studying them, listening to comms, mapping behavior. His first shot is at dawn. 1 clean round through an officer's eye at 900 meters. Mercs don't even hear the report. Until it's too late. Next kill is surgical, timed with an explosion elsewhere to mask the sound. Then another, and another. Vandal starts spacing the kills intentionally. Different angles, different times, creating confusion and fear. A squad of alien mercs mock the primitive gunman with the ancient boomstick. They dismiss the threat, calling him the ghost on the roof. They laugh about how projectile weapons are obsolete, how they'll cook the rat out of the nest with thermal drones. He times a kill to coincide with a mercenary shift change, leaves the body in plain view, hacks their low-frequency. Comms send static pulses just as he fires to make it seem like their own tech is betraying them. Leaves alien equipment disassembled and tagged with human graffiti. Boomerangs coming. 1 down, 72 to go. He's not just sniping. He's running a one-man psychological war. The mercs finally start reacting seriously. They send recon teams to the rooftops, start laser scanning buildings, deploying drone scouts. They shout up into the buildings, mocking him, calling him trapped rat, monkey gunner, etc. Vandal watches it all unfold through the scope, unshaken. They think I'm cornered. I think they just stepped into my sights. Psychological warfare and escalation. They've brought in drones now, not the cheap ones. Multi-spectrum, whisper quiet, blood sniffers with infrared overlays. Sophisticated as hell, but still stupid. One buzzes past my perch, scanning the room. I left 2 hours ago. It hovers, confused by the heat signature of a dummy I rigged using thermal packs, a busted helmet, and a broken HVAC vent. Its red eye stares blankly at nothing while I watch it from the next building over, sipping recycled water. They don't know I've moved. That's the point. I baited them to the rooftop I wanted them to clear, the one I laced with enough explosives to crack the sky. 3 days earlier, Ghost Division, final simulation. Ghosting isn't just about hiding, the instructor said, tapping the side of my helmet. It's about becoming legend. If they fear what they can't see, they'll burn their own resources trying to chase ghosts. That's how you win. I passed that test with a rubber rifle and a mirror. Made an entire drone squadron chase my reflection through a blown-out greenhouse. And kills before I ever pulled a trigger. I learned early, paranoia is the sharpest weapon. It turns commanders into fools and fools into corpses. Present, Vandal, their scans are getting more desperate. Sweeping too wide, wasting charge. They've started broadcasting propaganda. I watch one of their field units install a holoprojector at street level. The image shimmers, low res but loud. Behold Earth's last rodent, it reads. The visual shows a human caricature, tiny, hunched, clutching a bolt-action rifle and darting between sewers. The mercs howl with laughter. One even takes a selfie with the image. I let him. He'll be more useful when they find his corpse later. I laugh too, quietly. That's how I know it's working. Tactical Phase 2. Begins now. It's not just about survival. Now it's art. At 0430, I take out their comms officer mid-sentence. The bastard was standing under an overhang, issuing orders to a squad pinned, behind an overturned vehicle. One round through the larynx silences both voice and morale. The others scatter, unsure if the shot came from in front or behind. That's how I planned it. I leave their leader's helmet, looted from a corpse 2 nights ago, perched on the outstretched hand of a weathered angel statue in the city cemetery, just visible from their patrol routes. Poetic. By dawn, they've pulled half their troops into tighter formation. Better for command. Worse for evasion. Even better for me. Enter Korak the Crimson. The first time I hear his name is through a guttural transmission I hijack from their short-range field comms. Korak the Crimson. A general, ruthless, decorated, likely brought in to crush what they assumed was a simple insurgent. I expected as much. The longer I live, the more important I become. That same evening, a fleet of drop pods thunder into the zone. New mercs hit the ground hard, armor painted red, weapons plasma-based. No more jokes over open channels. Just radio silence and helmet cams. They're scared now. Good flashback, the bullet in Ghost Division, they taught us the value of a signature round, a final message. Most used etching tools or even micro-lasers. I used a nail. This one's been with me since the first week. Big 50 cal slug etched with alien glyphs taken from a broken translator. I don't even know what it says exactly. Probably vengeance or I see you. It's meant for someone who deserves it, and Korak's name is starting to feel appropriate. Relocation. I shift to a new building, higher, but with narrower windows. Better concealment, slower shots, worth the trade. I've booby-trapped the old rooftop, tripwires on the ladder, pressure mines near the observation chair, and a collapsible floor panel over a fuel tank rigged to blow. It's not the bullets that kill. It's the decisions. I leave a recorded audio loop of my breathing on a loop in the old perch, just faint enough to draw curiosity without full confirmation. A trap for the desperate. By nightfall, it works. 2 mercs breach the floor and drop instantly through the false panel. The explosion that follows makes the sky throb orange. They'll think it was me. They'll think they got me. Korak responds. The next day, Korak loses patience. He doesn't send scouts anymore. He sends squads, full units, heavy gunner support. They don't flank, they charge. It's like watching a toddler throw a tantrum with a flamethrower. I let them come. I set up bounce mirrors in alleyways and scorch marks near kill zones. Make it seem like I'm moving faster than I am. Drones waste time chasing ghosts while I pick off squad leaders one by one. Korak's voice finally hits open comms, roaring something in his language, clipped and enraged. The translator can't even keep up. It just loops the word infestation. He's cracking human spirit. Human chaos propaganda changes again. Now it shows a pixelated version of my face, a real image pulled from an old Ghost Division file. The caption beneath? Wanted. The Earth Ghost. 10,000 units. Dead only. They don't even try humor now. Just desperation. That night, I find one of their broadcast projectors and paint over the screen in bright red spray. Your move, Korak. The next morning, 2 dropships explode mid-air from unknown causes. Not me. Must be sabotage from inside. Even better, they're devouring themselves. Status update. My comms blink. Green. Once. I stare. Partial go. 2 days bought. That means the first wave of evac is safe. That means the second wave is moving now. Under cover of the hell I've unleashed above. That means one more day I clean my rifle, sharpen my knife. Tally the rounds. 7 left. 1 etched for Korak. Closing beat as night settles over the ruined city. I spot a new squad entering Sector Delta. The one I seeded with misfires and false leads. Korak's betting on brute force now. No more strategy. He thinks he's closing in. He doesn't see the noose tightening around him. I whisper into the comms mic knowing he's not listening. Yet, I'm still here, Crimson. Tick-tock. I let the drone see me, just for a second. Silhouette in the window, outline of a rifle. Flicker of movement against a shredded curtain. Long enough for the machine to tag me. Not long enough for it to confirm. But Korak won't wait for confirmation. He's too far gone. They've wasted blood, time, and drones trying to find the ghost in their midst. Now, finally, I give them what they want. A location. Rooftop 9. Half-crumbled apartment tower, southeast sector, 4 stories and an easy overwatch. View of the cratered boulevard below. It's bait. All of it. The build-up Korak wants spectacle. Not a surgical strike, not after everything I've done. No, now it's about dominance, power, fear. So he broadcasts his orders across the open channel, in every known galactic dialect. Bring it all. I want the Earth Ghost obliterated for all to witness. They come in waves. First, fire teams, plasma-armed and head-cammed. Then war beasts, 6-limbed juggernauts bred to kill in tight corridors. Finally, the gunships, twin rotorcraft, spitting fire and sonar, orbiting the perimeter like vultures. There are over 100 mercs encircling a building meant for 10. They scan it, scope it, surround it, and then they breach. The blood trail, I left them a trail. Sloppy, panicked, erratic, smears on the wall, a bloody glove, even a severed finger stolen from an old corpse, planted on the stairwell. They eat it up. Mercs pour in through breached doors and burned out windows. One yells, "Target is injured, bleeding out." Another barks back, "Watch for traps, he's unpredictable." But they're too deep in now. The game's already started. Fourth, floor corner apartment. They find the body, rifle, helmet, tactical gear. Corpse slumped against a cracked concrete wall, head caved in, blood everywhere. They don't even check the pulse. They just radio it in. Korak's voice, "Confirmed." "Confirmed," the lead says, stepping forward. "The Earth Ghost is dead. The siege is over." For a second, there's silence on the open channel. A pregnant, victorious pause. And then, too easy. The general's voice, cold, suspicious, too late. Detonation. The corpse wasn't me. It was a dead merc from day one, shot through the gut and left in a freezer until now. I redressed him in my gear, patched the wounds, smeared the blood. The whole building was rigged. Alien explosives I'd scavenged, stripped, and rewired, using a few tricks we learned when Earth Command started reverse engineering their tech. As soon as the confirmation goes out, I flip the switch. The explosion doesn't. Roar, it screams. A hellish blue-white eruption that vaporizes the top 2 floors, blows war beasts off their tethers, and sends 2 gunships crashing into a nearby overpass. The sound tears through the city. The shockwave rolls down the block, across the street. Watching from the 11th floor of the building across the street, scope to eye, breath steady. As they run, I pick them off, one at a time. They don't scatter. They flail. Trained killers reduced to panicked prey. Squad leader takes cover behind a wrecked transport. I shoot the battery, turn it into shrapnel. 2 soldiers dive into an alley. I hit the old steam pipe beside them. Scalding fog engulfs their vision. One doesn't come out. I see the, war beasts trying to charge a new direction. I lead one into a tripwire-laced corridor, where a makeshift fire trap roasts it from the inside out. They didn't prepare for chaos. They prepared for war. Primitive advantage. Their tech is failing. Jammers cut their comms. Smoke blinds their HUDs. I'm using mirrors, shadows, and heat packs again, like I did on day 1. They can't trust anything. Every sound could be me. Every flicker of movement, a trick. One merc fires blindly into a stairwell and hits his own comrade. Another screams into the comms, voice cracking, panicked. "He's not human. He's not a man. He's a shadow." It gets quiet after that flashback, ghost division. "True fear," our instructor said once, "is when your enemy believes you're not real, when they think killing you will curse them, when they whisper your name to scare recruits." I used to think that was just legend-making talk. Now I hear them call me Death Caller in a half-dozen alien dialects, and I haven't even used the etched bullet yet. Back to the rooftop. What's left of Rooftop? 9 is on fire, collapsing inward. I take a moment to scan the chaos. A few mercs try to regroup at the edge of the kill zone. One carries a plasma banner, Korak's personal sigil. He's calling for extraction. I chamber around, exhale, squeeze. His skull folds inward like wet clay. The countdown my watch vibrates. Glance down, Hogigu timer's up. I take a long breath, not relief, not yet. Just the cool weight of purpose settling in. My comms gear blinks once, twice, green light. Full go, evacuation complete. Civilian safe. Mission confirmed. I'm no longer buying time. Now I'm taking blood. Final beat smoke pours from craters. Wistant. Sirens wail in the broken city. The mercs, what's left of them, are silent now. No more jokes, no more taunts. They thought they cornered a man. They cornered a doctrine. I patch into Earth Command's frequency. First time in 72 hours. Ghost 1, this is Central. A voice crackles. We read you. Status? I watch the last gunship limp away, trailing sparks like a dying comet. My finger taps the etched bullet once, then slides it into the chamber. All clear, I whisper. Burn them. The wind's lighter tonight, carries the scent of scorched metal and plasma ash. The sky above still glows faintly with the afterburn of gunship wreckage. But down here, between the twisted towers and fire-choked alleyways, the shadows belong. To me, I whisper into the dark, now we hunt. The rooftop beneath me creaks as I rise, bones stiff, rifle warm. The green light on my comms hasn't stopped blinking. It pulses like a heartbeat, like the war wants more blood. Good. I have more to give. They thought Rooftop 9 was the end game. Thought I'd spent everything in that glorious explosion. But that was just the warning shot. Now comes the reckoning. I move like a ghost, leaping rooftops, cutting angles, slithering through busted HVAC systems and forgotten crawl spaces. No noise, no signature, no pattern to trace. I am entropy wearing a human shell. Below me, the mercs scatter in confusion. No comms, no officers, no chain of command. Some still clutch their rifles. Others hold their helmets in trembling claws. Every shadow is a threat. Every echo a bullet. They are prey. They just don't know how to act like it. Earth Command buzzes into my earpiece in the calm, clinical tone of orbital recon. Ghost 1, uploading priority target grid. Sector sweep confirms enemy concentrations. No aerial support remains. Ground is yours. Copy. I mark the positions. 2 squads pinning down a human safe house 6 blocks south. 1 patrol limping through the old train station. I relay coordinates to sleeper units. Resistance fighters embedded since day 1. Civilians with guns, farmers with fury. I don't even wait to hear the impact. I trust my people. I keep moving. Korak's gone silent. He stopped broadcasting. An hour ago, after the last scream on his channel cut off mid-word. Cowards holed up in a mobile command crawler. Thick armor, redundant shields, orbital-grade plating. A fortress on treads. Makes sense. When your war plan fails and your troops vanish, you hide behind steel and pray. I find him. Takes time. Took 3 dead mercs and 1 badly damaged recon drone. But I track his crawler to the plaza once called Monument Square. Now it's just craters and smoke. The crawler parks beneath a shattered spire. Shield bubbles shimmering. Drone guards circling overhead. 4 mercs posted at each wheel well. They're scanning, jittery. 1 pisses himself. I watch the steam rise. I climb higher. 2 rooftops up. Then 1 more. Winds sharper here. Line of sight opens. I unpack my final kit. Bipod, rangefinder, gyroscope, atmospheric adjuster. All of it tuned by hand. All of it scavenged, bartered, earned. 1 bullet left. Not just any round. This one's been waiting. Etched with alien glyphs. I carved using a shard of shrapnel from their own tech. They're symbols for vengeance, memory, and death. I don't know if it means anything to them, but it means something to me. I dial for range. Compensate for humidity. Wind drag. Earth's slight planetary rotation. 17 variables, all humming together in 1 final chord. Then, he steps. Out Korak the Crimson. Bulky, red-armored, no helmet. Barking at his subordinates, veins bulging. Maybe he thinks the worst is over. Maybe he thinks the crawler makes him untouchable. He's wrong. I slow my breath, inhale, exhale, squeeze. The shot doesn't echo. It sings. Cuts through the night like a whisper with teeth. Korak's skull opens mid-sentence. 1 clean hole. No splatter. Just a hard collapse, like someone pulled the plug on a marionette. The plaza freezes. No one moves. Then chaos. Guards scream. Drones spin. 1 opens fire on a bird. Another on its own wingman. The crawler's shield falters. Mercs scatter like rats in floodwater. I don't watch the rest, I'm already moving. The walk down is slow, not because I'm tired, because I want to feel it. Each stare. Each echo. The war cost too much to sprint through the ending. I reach the plaza. Korak's body still smolders. I step over it, ignore the corpse, and move to the wall where the bullet embedded. There it is, intact, flattened, still warm. I dig it out, pocket it. Not for a trophy, for a message. We remember. I vanish back into the smoke. Hours later, Earth Command broadcasts the formal report. City Sector Delta secured. Rooftop sniper has completed mission. Threat neutralized. Civilian evacuation at 100%. Success. Galactic chatter responds with confusion. One alien voice, translated through broken channels, asks, "What sniper? That's the point. There's no name in the reports. No medals. No parade. Just charred rooftops, empty shell casings, and stories whispered by soldiers who survived. They'll say he was already dead. They'll say he never missed. They'll say he moved like smoke and vanished with the dawn. Me? I'm already gone. Another city waits, another perch, another bullet. The myth grows and the war. You can mock a man with a rifle until he gets the green light. Across the stars, mercenary commanders whisper about rooftop ghosts in their briefings, warning against corners, heights, and shadows that seem too still. Earth resistance. Cells wear patches with a green dot above a broken skyline, a silent tribute. In bars and bunkers, some aliens scoff. Legends, they say, human fear tactics. On a far-off moon, a young merc laughs at the tale, lifts his visor, and points to a nearby ruin. That just a story.